Walker from the Yoga Ranger Studio, and today's video is to give you a little bit of information about bolsters. Now, in an average practice, bolsters can be extremely helpful. In a yin practice, they are immensely helpful, and in a restorative practice, they are integral to the practice. So if you are looking around, looking at bolsters, and you have no idea which bolster to buy, this will give you a little bit of information on some of the different varieties of bolsters that you can get. So we're going to start with some of the simpler ones. We're going to start with a round bolster. Now, lots of people really love these bolsters. They love that they can use it for different postures. They can stick it underneath their knees. They can put it underneath their hips. They can lay face down forward on it. This is a smaller one that I bought early on in my restorative career, I guess. And this is a great bolster. I find there's only one issue with this in terms for restorative practice. This is great for under the knees because it's perfect for my height because I have shorter legs. But when it comes to restorative supporting myself, I want a little bit more support across my chest, and I feel like this doesn't really give me as much support as I would like. So this is a little bit skinnier. I believe this is a 6-inch around by 24-inch. In fact, I'm pretty sure that is this, 6 by 24. So that's one choice. What I like to buy all my bolsters with is cotton batting inside. Cotton batting is probably the firmest and most consistently firm. And if you want a bolster, you want it to be a certain texture, a certain firmness, and you want it to stay that way long term. The first bolster I ever bought was a rectangular bolster. This is my favorite bolster of all time. It's extremely firm, but it's also not very tall. So I find that very comfortable for me because my practice has sort of come to that point where I don't need as much support. This has kind of served me really well, and obviously it's still very firm and in a great shape, and I use this for studio, for myself, for a little bit of everything. This is about 4 inches tall by I believe it's 11 inches wide by, once again, the 24-inch length. So if you're looking for a bolster, try to find something that's about 24 inches because that's about the length of a normal torso so that your head doesn't fall off or you don't fall off and you have the support that you need. So this is my first one. Cotton batting once again in that one. Going back to round, this is one I bought later after I bought the skinnier one. This is much, much bigger. This is about 11 inches around, if you can see that at all. This is quite a bit heavier. The batting is not as firm in this one as it is in my original one, and I bought these from the same company, which is sort of interesting. They sort of changed their product a little bit. I love this one for restorative. I like it because it lifts me off really far and I'm really comfortable that way. It's a little bit squishy, so when I'm having a day where I want something a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more give to it, this is the bolster I sort of turn to. This is great for restorative, particularly. I love that you can do like a side lying shavasana and wrap yourself around this, and it feels really good because it's round and it's comfortable and it has a certain release level. This, once again, I believe is a little bit longer than a 24 actually. I believe this one is more of a 28, so it is longer. So if you are taller, go looking for bolsters that are a little bit longer in length so you can be fully supported on there. A little bit later, about the same time I bought this bigger green bolster, I bought some more of these rectangular bolsters in an attempt to get the one that I bought previously, and I thought that's what I was getting. These are a little bit taller. They're a little bit mushier. They still have the cotton batting, but there is not as much cotton batting in them, so they have a little bit more give. If you are someone who is using these for restorative or your home practice, and you have some kind of situation in which it is painful to lay on something very firm or flat, these are great bolster options to go to. And I will put the link down below for where these came from, and you can just take a look at all their bolster varieties. These are all very reasonably priced. I only buy from a company that has a very reasonably pricing because I want people to have access to these. Bolsters run anywhere from about 30 to 120. So in my mind, you should be going down toward the 30. Because if you want to have it, you want to have a home practice, you want to have something reasonably cost price. This one, once again, is a little bit thicker. They said it was still a 6-inch tall or a 4-inch tall. This looks to me more like an 8 or 9-inch height, but it gives so much that maybe it kind of squishes down to that. By the way, these all have handles on the end so that you can carry them around, which makes it very convenient. If you buy a bolster without a handle, you can easily sew one in there, but if they If you're choosing between bolsters and one has a handle, I'd probably pick that over the other one. Once again, and this one for the width, I'm going to show you side by side. For the width, it's a little bit more supportive. So if you have a wider torso, a longer torso, you might go looking for something a little bit more wide. Look for your width to be a little wider too, because you want to feel your chest completely supported on the bolster. And that is probably my issue with the round bolsters, is I don't feel like that's the case. Last but not least in our bolster adventure is what they call a Pranayama Bolster. This is a breathing regulation for you to practice your breathing laying down. I got this as a gift. I don't know that I necessarily would have bought one, because you can make this very easily out of blankets, and I find blankets to be much easier to work with and stack taller or shorter and adjust to fit me. So my investment would probably be in blankets first and foremost. But this is very comfortable. You lay it down your back and you lay on top of it, and it opens your chest and your shoulders. So if you're someone who spends a lot of time in an office bent over electronics or a computer desk, or you feel like you really need that opening in the chest, this would be a great investment. Or you can take a blanket and roll it up to make something similar to this. I believe this was about $20, so it's not a bad price. And you can get these on sale too at the end of the year. So taking a look, 3 different rectangular type bolsters of varying sizes, different body types. I'd say probably the ones I would invest in the most would probably be this big one here. This is probably going to give you the most bang for your buck in a restorative yoga class or restorative yoga practice at home. It's going to be the most supportive for you, your entire body and torso and head, as well as wide. It'll give you that support that you need. And you can work with this really easily. If you don't like how firmly it's batted, or you want it more firmly batted, you can unzip it. These all come with zippers. The covers come off. You can stuff it more or take some of the stuffing out, so you can adjust that stuffing if you need to. I have found that they seem to come okay for me. Some of them I've taken a little stuffing out because they were a little too stuffed, so your choice to make. Once again, down below I will put the link to the company I usually buy. In fact, I bought all of these from the exact same company, so I'll put that link down below. And give you a couple of measurements for some of these bolsters so that you have an idea of what to buy. Once again, if you're taller, you want to go longer, you want to go a little wider, more comfortable, a little bit more support. But if you have, and you can buy a couple of these, I'd go ahead and buy a rectangular and a circular. Other than that, I think that's all you would need, blankets included. So take a look at these online. Let me know what you thought today. Please don't forget to like and comment below. And please always remember to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, or if you enjoy my practice videos. I would appreciate it. I really would. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this answers a few questions about bolsters that you might have.